call us to order. All right, this is the agenda meeting for February the 1st. We've got the invocation that's going to be given by Commissioner Hardison. Pledge of Allegiance, Commissioner Chris Gurley. And then we'll be approving of the minutes of January the 18th. And any discussion and adjustment on the agenda?
No, sir.
No adjustments.
No.
I like that.
Me too.
All right, and I'll let you take it from there.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning. Next, under special presentations, number one, motion to approve 2022 Black History Month proclamation, and I believe Commissioner Williams will be reading that.
Yes.
Then number two, presentation on the 2022 Senior Games by Skylar Kelly, local Senior Games Coordinator. And then number three, presentation of the annual audit for Wayne County, fiscal year 2021 by Number Shear and Uzel, and a motion to approve and accept the annual audit after that presentation. And then under unfinished business, number one, motion to approve the amendment to the Wayne County Board of Commissioners Rule and Procedures and Public Comment Policy.
Okay, and that,
This is on the screen.
okay, and the working group has gone through and you got recommendations. Is that correct?
And Andrew, we got, right, okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, if you'll scroll on down there and. All right, so those are the amendments. And if you will, who headed up that work group? You did? If you would go through those and explain each one of those amendments.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna have to lean on Andrew a little bit, but I got it.
Do you want to do that now? Or you want to do it at 9? Okay.
Okay, and then we have appointment committee. Okay.
It
And
may
then,
take 15 minutes from what I'm saying. They've got a lot of work.
no, it's pretty quick.
No, it won't.
And then our consent agenda, and we have a few budget amendments, and I'll turn that over to Allison.
Okay, the first budget amendment is for the sheriff's office in the amount of $16,184. This is to appropriate funds from the sale of surplus patrol cars to use to upfit new patrol cars. Your next budget amendment is for DSS, Social Services. They have received funding. It's a type of LEAP funding, which is your low-income energy assistance program, and specifically related to the pandemic. And it is received from the American Rescue Plan Act. It's the amount of $530,568. So they are anticipating those funds and appropriating it to the right line item. Okay, then you have a budget amendment for facilities.
Excuse me, would you
Jetport.
go back to that one? How
Sure.
are they dispersing that $500,000?
It is funding that it's American Rescue Plan state funding, and they are using it for the pandemic low-income energy assistance program.
Oh,
So it
okay.
came to them for that specific purpose.
Who determines who's qualified? I mean, is there there's got to be a process.
I think it's the same parameters as the regular LEAP program. So there's already guidelines in place for that program to determine eligibility. And so I believe it's to existing recipients. Now,
Right.
obviously, Kim could speak to it a little bit more than me. But
It's income-based and is qualified based on your income, the amount you receive. So, but it's through DSS.
That's a large amount of money.
Well, we get LEAP funds all the time to help with energy assistance. You know, now that we passed a resolution a while ago that it will also support water and sewer bills as well. So
the specific,
Yeah.
I have the full documentation. It says the funds will be used for pandemic automatically authorized payment for households with children ages 0 to 10 years old that are receiving FNS and received LEAP last fiscal year.
Right. And-
So it's targeted for families who have young children.
And board made a great, it goes to the provider of the service and not to the individuals directly. So if it's Duke Power that needs the power bill, it goes directly to Duke.
Good, okay.
Okay, your next budget amendment, on your screen is probably showing for just the Jetport. I believe that this was revised after the agenda went out. But this budget amendment is being split, where you see the $7,993 for Jetport. It is being split between facilities and the Jetport. This is for the rental of a lift. It will be used to replace the lights at the Jetport on the tarmac, but it will also be used, I believe, for some facility projects, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Okay. For animal control, you have a budget amendment in the amount of $8,400. And you will see that they are offsetting that with donations received. This is to recognize the donation revenue and fund veterinary services. They've had an unanticipated increase in the number of injured animals this fiscal year. Okay, your next budget amendment is for facilities. So there were funds appropriated in the CIP this fiscal year for a generator, and that amount was $94,500. However, since that time, when the bids have been solicited and received, the price has increased above what was budgeted. So they are requesting to reallocate funds out of their repairs and maintenance line item to fund the difference. And so the total is $137,785, but they were short by $43,285. So they are taking it from their existing budgeted funds.
And that is to replace the generator on, covers this building
Yes, sir.
and the
And
generator.
the jail, yes, sir.
So this is the one that, okay, we approved about.
With the CIP, and basically the price has increased from when we put the CIP in last year. You know, he got figures this time last year to put in the CIP, and it was about 40,000 too low.
That's
I need to be in the generator
that's
business.
over half, doesn't it?
That is, I mean, that's a 50% increase.
Yeah.
Okay? And that is all I have for you today.
Then next is a motion to approve the sale of surplus property at 204 West Ward Street in Fremont, jointly owned by Wayne County and the town of Fremont, as requested by the town of Fremont.
Where's Ward Street, Miss Barbara?
So there by Sycamore Street, do you know where
Okay.
Sycamore Street is? It's right
Yep.
in there.
Yep, okay.
Wood Street, back over in that area.
Fairly straightforward request from the city of Fremont. No questions. Then number 3, motion to approve Grayson's Creek subdivision, Section 3, final plat, as recommended by the Wayne County Planning Board.
Third try.
And Perry's here.
All right, yes, this is a final plat. This is the last phase of Grayson's Creek. It's actually up, if you go up 581 and turn on Norium Road, it'll be there on the left. It kind of backs up to 581, if you're familiar with the area. There are 16 lots proposed. The average lot size is about 36,000 square feet. All the improvements, since this is a final phase, all the improvements are required to be in, and they are in. We do have a built standards letter from DOT stating that the roads do meet their minimum construction standards. And as mentioned, the planning board has reviewed this and does recommend approval. So I'll be glad to answer any questions.
You see it backs up, the lots actually don't back up to 581 like we talked about the other day, just.
Right, this phase does not, that's right.
Any questions? Okay, thanks so
All right,
much.
thank
And then number 4, motion to adopt resolution 2022-3, resolution supporting the request from the North Carolina Department of Transportation statewide project funds for street improvements in Park East Industrial Park. We do have that resolution here. Again, this was part of the economic incentives that we worked with Atlantic Casualty, but we also added Hasakawa in there that will give us a little bit more gravitas, hopefully, with the DOT and getting some additional funding for that road.
So that should push us
Yes,
over and above what we could have got to start with.
Yes, sir.
Because the actual Atlantic Casualty invested more money, or be about twice as much as they said, and also they're increasing their
Number of jobs.
number of employees by about 50, I think, this year. So.
Right.
Okay.
And that's all we have under consent agenda. And then public comments. We'll have county manager's report, Board of Commissioners committee reports, and adjournment. And at this point, we have no closed session.
No closed session. We're good. Should be a very brief meeting
To remind you, we do have a facilities committee meeting
at 10.
at 10.
Okay. Anything else? We in recess then until 9 o'clock.